Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. Just over landfill, picking up those liners right there, and their forklift is not cooperating. I I deadheaded from Burley, Idaho yesterday morning. First thing I delivered that stuff I had at the job site, and then deadheaded over to Salt Lake City last night or yesterday evening. So I was at the reason why I tell you that because I shut down at the Sapp Brothers in Salt Lake City, and so I'm in there getting coffee. If I got stuff on my teeth, sorry, I just got done eating my $15 sausage sandwich from the truck stop. Not complaining. I didn't have to buy it, but whenever I park somewhere at a truck stop, I like to give them business, coffee, whatever. Anyways, good job, Kurt. Good job. No, just crazy how much they charge for food, but you don't have to buy it. But I apologize if I have something in my tooth. So I'm in there this morning. And this driver, first off, you motherfucker, really? You fucking piece of shit. This fucking water truck just went by and just sprayed the whole side of my truck with water. You know, they spray water out here to keep the dust down. But fucking flies getting in my damn truck too. Hate flies, man. They're fucking disgusting. Anyways, that was rude. So I'm glad I didn't get my truck washed, my equipment washed. I'd be shitty as hell right now. Anyway, so I'm in there and this other driver's in there. You notice how at least I've noticed more and more truck stops are leaving the professional out of welcome professional drivers. It's welcome drivers. And I agree with that. Because a lot of folks out here just don't see, and I'll tell you a few things. So, anyways, not yesterday, the day before, on the CB, some guys are shooting shit or whatever, and that's rare, to hear guys having a conversation on the CB, and the guy says damn, I hate flies. That's my nemesis, man. Flies, rats, and roaches. And I don't like snakes either. Or spiders. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm not kidding. Anyways, this guy says the N-word on the CB. I'm just like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, and really, it's not my business because I wasn't in the conversation. But I was literally this close to picking, getting into the conversation and just saying, dude, you're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not necessary, man. It's really not. So you guys and gals or anybody who uses that, and I'm not a liberal. I'm as conservative as they get. But you don't need to say that shit, man. That's ridiculous. So anyway, so this beast of a driver, we're getting coffee or whatever, and thank God I got coffee before he did, because I wouldn't have even wanted to touch the little spigot, and not that I'm better than anybody, but I try to keep a decent appearance, brush my teeth, so on and so on and so on. Good job, Kirk, good job. No, I think if it's in any walk of life, I mean, even if you're not a truck driver, you should really, be kempt, something like that, and don't look so disheveled. But especially if you have access to a shower every single day. Anyway, so this mutt got off his leash, and he's talking and but he's talking to me, and I'm okay with that. I love talking to people. I truly do. So, he's talking about the rates as usual, like everybody else. And he's talking about, yeah, you know, we could shut the country down. All these guys and gals say the same thing. Well, you guys ever see the t-shirts that say, if you bought it, we brought it, or something like that? Because they say everything you touch, a trucker shipped it or hauled it. And he's just, yeah, we can shut this country down, man, blah, 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 but wait till Trump gets in office. And I'm like, dude, that's not going to change anything, man. It's not going to. And here's the thing. Drivers, not professional, but drivers, which I don't like. I like saying sir. So we'll just call them sirs and madams, or haulers, freight haulers. So, they're the problem with the industry, all the truck drivers. And I remember when I first dated my wife, hi baby girl, I love you. She had actually asked me if I drove semi. Are you sure you drive semi for a living? I'm like, yeah, why? She's like, because you talk mad shit about semi drivers. And I do. And I got a big mouth. And, but I'm, it's so frustrating and disgusting that somebody like that, who looks like I said, the mutt got off his leash, and I don't know if the owner's still looking for him, but he wasn't. I would be embarrassed. And if you're carrying an outside appearance like garbage, then I'm sure your inside of your truck and maybe the outside of your truck look like garbage. And if that's the case, shame on you. So anyways, did you know that there's actually laws? Like I saw on one YouTube channel a few years ago, state trooper had pulled over this truck, and he didn't have his bunk made, and he said it's a citable offense. I was like, whoa. So I guess there are old laws in the books for that. So look it up. I don't know what state it was, but it was the guy got the trooper on video saying that he's going to give him a ticket for not making his bunk. So anyway, so back to the point, Kurt. So drivers or haulers or whatever you want to call them, including myself, we're the problem. We are the problem. And I've said this in many videos. We could make a difference. So here's the thing. It's so easy to do. It's not difficult. This guy's, he's going on and, yeah, he shut down the country back in the 70s. They did that and blah, blah, blah. And I was part of that and all this stuff. I'm thinking, you're probably lying. However, you have a really good point. And I've been trying to make this point for years now. Drivers say it, but they don't mean it. Like, we could shut this country down. And it's true. More than likely it is true. We don't know for a fact. However, it's very easy to do, guys. It's so easy to do. Remember when I smoked cigarettes, whenever, another smoker was buying a pack of cigarettes with you or whatever, they would say, oh, if I don't, does everybody that I don't agree with have a voice like that? But the person's like, hey, if we'll just use a normal tone. They're like, man, if cigarettes get to $15 a pack, I gotta quit. And cigarettes are expensive, depending on what state you're in. I don't know if people have actually stopped smoking, but I'm sure the ones that said that, and I'm speculating, the ones that have said that probably are still smoking. People with, the high gas prices or the high fuel. I can't believe I just said gas. I say fuel. So not diesel, but just like regular gas. So people, complain about the fuel prices or whatever. However, they could change it. Just everybody shut down for a week. And I know it sounds, easier than said, or it sounds harder than so. Regardless, people could have a voice if everybody stuck together. You know what I'm saying? So, there's drivers act like they know that they could shut down the country, but they really don't know. There's another person this morning, another driver, because I'm on California Avenue. I think it's California. And this is like a light load, no tarp, going to Waukesha, Wisconsin. But they're paying me detention to sit here and wait. And it's not as smelly as I thought it would be. It depends on which way the wind shifts. So the other person, I don't know if they were a truck driver or not, but somebody made the comment about the roads out here in Utah. And then the person that I assume is not a truck driver, didn't look like a truck driver, didn't act like a truck driver. They were like, well, semis, you guys destroy. Actually, they didn't say you guys. They said, well, semis destroy the roads out here. And so then I said, well, that's probably true. However, we pay to repair the roads. And the person's like, what? No, I'm like, yes, we do. It's called IFTA. And I said, you can look it up. International Fuel Tax Agreement. It's an acronym. That's what IFTA stands for, in case you didn't know. When we do our IFTA, if we didn't fuel in every state, then we have to pay the state to travel through that state every quarter. 4 quarters in $1, so every 3 months. And every year the feds tax us what used to be $500, depending on how many trucks you had. Now it's $550 a truck. I think it's over 3 trucks, it's more, something like that. Anyways, so then the feds are in our pocket, right? So we are paying to repair the roads, whether it's the feds give allotted funds to every state for interstate roads, federal roads, but then the states also, if you don't get the fuel in there, then we pay them to repair the roads. And I really don't know where the money's going, because I see big, especially this time of year, I don't even call it construction. I call it disruption, because it really does disrupt people's lives. But it's necessary. So I'm not complaining about it. When you're and that's another, you hear drivers, oh, blah, 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 who's the dumbass now? Or what are we doing here? Everybody's got a CB when traffic's backed up, right? Everybody's got a CB. But if you're calling to see, or if you're hollering out there to see if there's a scale open or closed, or if there's a Smoky or a local or whatever sitting there, flatbedders seem to like cattle haulers, flatbedders, grain haulers, stuff like that, the old country boys, they normally will get on the CB. I get on the CB and let people know if they ask or whatever. But if there's a trooper or something sitting in the middle of the interstate, I automatically get on the CB and tell them, hey, you got one sitting in the middle at the 232 or whatever. So, but nobody says thanks. So, like I said, the problem is, what's wrong with trucking today are drivers. What's wrong with trucking years ago is drivers. It's not the brokers. It's not DOT. It's not the truck stops. It's your fault and my fault, because we don't band together, and we never will band together, and there's no loyalty. Like I said, with the whole, boycott New York thing, well, that I don't even think it lasted a day, to be honest. So truckers were like, oh, Trump's being indicted, and we're gonna boycott New York, and then nothing. And like I said, it's easy to do. All you got to do is stay home. That's literally all you have to do. Excuse me. If every truck driver stayed home for 5 days, and I'm not saying like you're on the road with a load, or you're on the road and you're empty. Like, I'm talking you stay home and no truck stops get business, no freight's being hauled. And I know that's impossible. However, is it really impossible? I don't think it's really that impossible. I mean, I think that if every trucker picked a day to stay home, everybody, and I know it's difficult for, if you're driving for somebody, or you're driving for a big company. However, you would tell that big company, if you word of mouth to other drivers, hey, listen, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And everybody coordinates, even if 50% of the industry shut down. That's huge. That is enormous. But we won't, right? We'll complain about it. We'll complain about the fuel prices. If you're bitching about the fuel prices, which suck, whether you're a truck driver or you're not, just everybody fill up at a certain date, and then nobody goes to gas stations or truck stops or fuel station, whatever, for 5 or 7 days. Just don't do it. And truck drivers, like I said, if you were to stay home, even if half the population did that, we would definitely tell them that we can organize and we can not run things, but that we're not as gullible and we're not slaves like they assume that we are, or they know that we are, right? So, and then this mutt that got off his leash, he starts giving me his resume. Again, I've been doing this for 523 years and blah, 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 and this, and that. And I don't know. I know I reiterate myself and I regurgitate the same stuff, but it's like, if you don't continue to put out these, or if I don't continue to put out these videos, I could be the Jimmy Hoffa for truck drivers. I really could. I would die for the cause. I love what I do. My buddy Manuel, so this is funny. So I was over in Fargo, North Dakota a few weeks ago. And the reason why I took this load, because I want to go home. I got something I got to do on my trailer. See my wife and my baby boy. So I go into the bath. I catch fuel. It's at the Petro in Fargo. And I'm taking care of business in the stall. And so I'm finished up, whatever. I come out, and there's a guy standing at the urinal. And he's a bigger guy. I mean, I wouldn't say big, but he's tall, average height, average build. And he's got his sunglasses on. And he's standing at the urinal. But when I come out, because I would be to the right of him, like behind him where the stalls are. And so I open the door, and I immediately see him kind of turn a little bit while he's peeing. But I see his face kind of turn like that. Like he's aware that I'm there, but I'm thinking in my mind, like, damn, this dude's really on edge, right? So on the other side of the urinals are the sinks and the mirrors to wash your hands. And if you don't wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, well, shame on you. So I'm washing my hands, and I'm right at the very end sink by the doorway that goes over to the other side of the restroom where the urinals and the stalls are. Anyway, so I'm washing my hands, and this guy comes around the corner, like, I wouldn't say fast, but he wasn't like, slow. And he's got his sunglasses on, like I said, and he comes up to me and grabs my arm and he's like, give me all your fucking money. I'm like, holy and it's my buddy Manuel. He subscribes to the channel. What's up, brother? Man, I about had a fucking heart attack, man. And I was like, oh my God. Now, I know him through Jose's shop in Barstow. It's not like he lives in Wisconsin or whatever, but I see him a lot over at Jose's shop in Barstow. Man, I about had a fucking heart attack, man. So, anyways, Manuel, what's up, brother? He was in Cincinnati for Father's Day. He lives in Ohio. Yeah, but his kid lives in Barstow. Anyways, so I text a lot of my buddies, friends, guy friends, and my buddies' wives. During Mother's Day, I text them Happy Mother's Day. All my boys, I text them Happy Father's Day. So I text Manuel Happy Father's Day, blah blah, and he says, "Oh, where you at?" I tell him I'm in Wyoming or whatever, and he says in Cincinnati, and he's like, "Yeah, always on the go, huh?" I said, "Yeah, you got to be. You know, you got in this industry today. I mean, at any time in this industry, if like I tell my guys, if it ain't turning, you ain't earning. I mean, period. If it ain't turning, you ain't earning." So he says, "Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship," and that pretty much sums it up. Because my analogy of trucking is it's a gutter. It's a literal gutter. And it's just it's a gutter where all these people that and including myself, plan A has failed, plan B has failed, plan C has failed, and either you're on D, E, or F. So you're that gutter, you know, all your plans have failed, so you're in that continual gutter of flowing with all these other people. So truck driving seems to collect a lot of that garbage, a lot of that debris, you know, like it's like the rain sewer, the rain grate or whatever, where all the trash kind of piles up on it. And then that's my analogy of trucking. It's a gutter for people that have failed at a lot of other things. Some are generational, some are just, you know, they like what my buddy first told me, because I was a contractor for many years, and in '08 when the market tanked, I was screwed out of everything. I was living on my mom's couch. And a buddy of mine said, "Hey, listen, man, you should go get your CDL." And I'm like, why the fuck would I want to do that? Never thought about it, but I love it. And I mean, like my buddy Manuel says, it's a love-hate relationship, and or he says he hates it, but he loves it. So it's a love-hate relationship, right? It's not easy. You got to be definitely cut from a different cloth to do this type of work or this type of occupation, because it's not easy. It is not easy. And not only is it not easy on you, it's not easy on your family. I mean, thank God my wife has a career as a nurse, and she's very comfortable with herself, and I can trust her, she can trust me, blah, blah, blah. So you're not getting somebody who's constantly calling you, "When you coming home?" And I'll have to remind you, I have to do a video on Basement Bill, another guy that he already had a CDL, but he was never out west, so I took him out on a run, and his wife, that song Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton, I can't even hear that song anymore because her ringtone, or his ringtone for her, was Tennessee Whiskey. And that song was playing non-fucking stop in the truck because this bitch was calling all the time. When you coming home? So anyway, so it is a love-hate relationship. Damn, and these guys got to hurry, man. I mean, it's only Tuesday, and this delivers on Friday, so it's not very far. It's like 1,400 and some miles. It's not too bad. My buddies laugh when I say, "Oh, it's only 800 miles." Like, 800 miles, dude, that's crazy. But for trucking standards, it's, you know, 800 miles is a day and a half trip. So anyways, so yeah, so this morning when the mutt that got off his leash was talking trash, talking trash, but it's a constant thing that I run into all the time. You know, you got, you know, these guys, you know, talking about, "Yeah, I got more miles." Dude, I got more fuel stops than some motherfuckers got miles. I mean, literally. And that's saying something, right? Now, I don't know if that's true. However, it might be. So yeah, so I got more fuel stops than some people have miles. I don't understand how these drivers can, you know, say the N-word on the CB, you know, make fun of other drivers, do this, do that, cut off, you know. You see a lot of those videos where there's a four-wheeler or a car, truckers call them four-wheelers, where a car brake checks a semi, and it turns out to be a nasty accident. Well, I'll tell you something, because people are like, "Oh, fucking four-wheelers, blah, blah, blah." What did the truck driver do to have that person so irate that they brake checked them? I'm not condoning what, you know, what idiots do like that. However, what did the truck driver do to have them that irate? I have seen so many truck drivers cutting off cars just because they don't want to let up on that accelerator because they're behind another semi and they're about to pass. But instead of waiting and being courteous for the cars, and not everybody's the same, I understand that. I've seen a lot of drivers literally just jump in that left lane, and they'll they're passing the truck, but it's slow. So now you got like 10 or 15 people behind them, whatever, because it took him or her that long to get into the right-hand lane to pass that truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and then you have some that just, I mean, they're just hammered down. And they're jumping in that left lane because they don't want to take that, they don't want to hit the brake, shut off their cruise, or let up on the accelerator because they're just flying down the road. That to me is ignorant, man. I mean, and I'm not saying I'm the best driver out here. I'm the most perfect. We all make mistakes. I just see more and more of these trucks that just will not let up on the accelerator, man. They're just hammered down all day. And then I'm seeing more, trucks in the right emergency lane with their four-ways on. And you'll see these trucks literally pass up the off-ramp and go and pull over, not by the on-ramp, but further down the road with their four-ways on. So I started coming to, I think it's a good theory. I think a lot of these drivers, and I don't want to sound like I'm that guy, but it is going to sound like I'm that guy. But a lot of foreigners just are in such a rush, and American drivers. I just see like Salim's Trucking or Habibi's, and I'm not making fun. I'm not that guy. I'm just saying I see a lot of, and it doesn't mean that they're bad people. I'm just saying they're in such a hurry, or they're counting every minute that they have to make, their appointment or whatever the case is, or they're just assholes. And they're pulling over to take their half-hour break. Now, it's better to do that than sitting in the fuel aisle for, a half hour, taking your break in the fuel aisle, messing up everybody else behind you. However, when you're in the right-hand emergency lane like that and trucks are getting over and four-wheeler, you don't think that that's dangerous, man? I mean, that's asinine. That's asinine. So if you guys and gals are pulling over to the emergency lane to take your half-hour break because you literally do not want to lose 2 minutes by getting off the interstate on the off-ramp, going over the road, and then getting on the on-ramp and take your half-hour break there, you're a piece of shit. I'm sorry. You are a piece of shit if you're doing that. And I know I got a big mouth. I'm just saying these are the things. I mean, the worst thing about the trucking industry are the truck drivers. The truck drivers. That is the problem. Because, and like I said, it's not the brokers, it's not DOT, it's not the truck stops, it ain't your home life, whatever. It's you, it's me. Because I'm putting my stuff out there. You can call me, 414-477-7845. I would. I mean, I've had a lot of my subscribers actually reach out and say, dude, I would definitely form, an organization, whatever the case is. And maybe, how they say, like, one person even is enough. I mean, you're not going to change an industry by having 10 people out there. However, that 10 could go to 100, could go to 1,000, could go to whatever. Now, if 1,000 drivers were out there and they were shutting down, that would make a dent in the industry. But when other drivers would see or saw that, damn, there's 1,000 drivers out there that are staying home, they're protesting this bullshit, then they might, or they too would join us, because there's power in numbers, right? I mean, you don't have the old saying, with the one finger means nothing, but a fist is powerful, right? So that's the point. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but stop giving other drivers your fucking resume, man. Who cares? Who cares how long you have been miserable in a semi? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. And then to have the audacity, the nerve, the gall to sit there and say, well, we could shut down the country. Yeah, we could, but you won't. Like, God, man, just call me, man. Call me, 414-477-7845. Anyways, I hope that that owner of that mutt found his dog or put him back on the leash. Anyways, I still don't know what's it like. Drivers, they'd be irate with this right now. What the fuck? Blah blah blah. These guys are taking so long to load me. And trust me, I don't like to wait, but I have waited, and I will wait. It's part of the gig, man. You gotta give to get, you know. So, I wanted to say something else too. I'll do the basement. I'll do a video on the basement Bill. He was a real creepy dude, and then the bucktooth guy. I'll do that in the same video. So, anyways, I gotta chat with the brokers, see what's going on with this. I've been here for a minute. So, anyways, please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.